Hello guys, how's it going? My name is Dal, and patch 10.15 is almost upon us, arriving to the Dragonflight live realms in roughly 10 days from today. This leaves us with a limited window to get our characters ready before the next upcoming update. Whether you're currently subscribed to Dragonflight or are planning on making your return for the patch 10.15, this video will go over all of the things that you should be doing right now to help yourself prepare for the next upcoming update, especially if you're looking to be ahead of the curve when it comes to catching up your ults, exploring new classes, or simply keeping your main in a competitive shape. But right before we get into this update, most of you guys watching these videos are still not subscribed. However, the more of you are mine, the more of you do, so let's keep it going. Subscribe to the channel and ring the bell if you're watching these videos anyway, especially if you want to get more regular content regarding all of the newest Dragonflight updates and changes going forward. During these final days before the patch 10.15 launches, is to try and finish up leveling all of the classes you hope to explore for the endgame content. Whether you are excited for the massive mage challenge reworks, the Holy Paladin refresher, or the numerous other playstyle improvements. During this final week, you still have access to the Winds of Sanctuary buff, which helps increase all character level gains by 50%. The final week also brings with it the Dark Moon Fair, where riding any of the rides provides your ults with additional 10% bonus experience gains. Lower level characters can use the Drought of the 10 Lands for an additional 10% experience gains, resulting in the 70% faster leveling speeds. And for a short bit of time, the Midsummer Fire Festival bonfires will provide you with 10% additional EXP from slaying outdoor monsters. And if you wish to level through questing, War Mode may be a lucrative option, especially if you wish to level in safer areas, where you get to avoid PvP encounters while gaining all the benefits from maximum level gains. The best questing routes for Alliance players will be to start you off in the Elven Forest, then into the Red Ridge Mountains and into Duskwood, followed by Warlords of Draenor zones. Talk to Chromie to enable WoD time walking, then do the WoD intro quest. Then scour your way throughout the Shadowman's Valley, and then maybe spend a little bit of time in Talador. Best route for Horde players will involve the Silverpine Forest and all of Hillsbrad foothills, then Warlords of Draenor intro into the Frostfire Ridge, and maybe a bit of bonus objectives within Gorgrond. Once you reach level 60, the Time Walking event Dungeons will help you reach 70 in no time, while supplying your ults with gear upgrades along the way. Recently, I've been getting messages from some of you guys who used to play World of Warcraft but have been gone for a long time, with some of you quitting during Warlords of Draenor and others during Mid and Late and Legion. And if you've been gone for a long time, now might be the perfect opportunity to return to Dragonflight. If you've been interested in the newest expansion, then you'll be happy to know that you'll be greeted with a variety of catch-up systems to get you back up on your feet, whether you're looking to play casually or dive back into the competitive PvE and PvP endgame content. Returning new players will even get the chance of unlocking allied races with ease. Allied races were added during the end of Legion and throughout Battle for Azeroth, and offer new playable race options which draw inspiration from the classic counterparts. Unlocking these allied races came with a lot of prerequisites initially, but in patch 10.15 all restrictions are finally lifted. All you need is a level 50 character to unlock them to begin with. Leveling these allied races also comes with unique bonuses, such as their own heritage armor sets for every playable option, as well as a bunch of exclusive character customization options. The Winds of Sanctuary buff not only enhances leveling speeds, but also buffs all reputation gains during the limited time event, all except for the Niflheim reputation. If you're behind on any of the original Dragonflight factions, then this could be your best time to catch up with any of the leftover Renown, especially if you are after some of the more unique faction-specific cosmetic rewards. You can even combine these reputation gains with the Forbidden Reach quests, which offer additional reputation gains with either of the 4 original factions, as well as bonus quests and objectives to help you earn even more faction renown. And while you're out there leveling, it might be a good idea to finish out your Evoker first, so you can start gearing them in preparation for the new Augmentation spec coming with the patch 10.15. Augmentation is a new Evoker playstyle, which as its core is a ranged DPS similar to Devastation, though where Devastation uses the red and the blue Dragonflights to eradicate the foes with Ruby Fire and Arcane Spellfrost, Augmentation weaves the might of the bronze and the black Dragonflight, to cleave their foes with earthy eruptions while empowering their allies' combat abilities. What makes Augmentation unique is its buff-oriented playstyle. Your goal will be to assist your allies with combat enhancements and prolonging these buffs as long as possible, while assisting your allies through various other methods, like helping tanks become more bolstered, increasing their damage mitigation and absorption, while assisting your healers with helpful support spells, like letting them cast while on the move. While it is hard to tell exactly just how strong the spec is going to be, it is very likely to be quite favored. This early build of Augmentation Evoker would place it as a staple for every raid and most dungeon groups, which would make him fairly popular for endgame content. You can start your preparation for the augmentation early by leveling and gearing the character ahead of time. For now, there isn't a concrete guide for Augmentation Evokers just yet. The early testing suggests that gear heavily saturated with Mastery will be much stronger for group gameplay. Future Augmentation Evokers will likely prioritize Mastery and Haste items when outfitting their character. Augmentation Evokers will also very likely run similar trinkets to what Devastation uses. The early PTR testing suggests that the Fragment from the Halls of Infusion will likely be your primary option. The second best trinket may be either the Vessel of Searing Shadow, or maybe the Ominous Chromatic Essence for support skills. But then there's also other paracausal trinkets being added in 10.1.5, which could potentially make it an even stronger choice for this playstyle. Now, let's go over how to optimize your character's gear once patch 10.1.5 launches. One of the biggest changes coming in this update is the global nerf to the Onyx Annulet, a special ring which houses primal gems. These gems are quite powerful. Certain gem combinations can even make up a significant portion of your overall damage contribution, usually applying to tanks, certain melee DPS, and even healers in Mythic Plus dungeons. These gems are seeing a big reduction for the patch 10.1.5, which unshackles our classes from this borrowed power, with every playstyle seeing sufficient buffs in order to help make up the difference. It may be a good idea to look for an Annulet replacement sometime soon, and you can start doing so right now. Either be on the lookout for rings which houses some of your best secondary stats for your class, or spend one of your Shadowflame Sparks to create a ring through the work order system. One of the newest features coming to 10.1.5 is the new Megadungeon, Dawn of the Infinite. Like the other Megadungeons before it, Dawn is an 8-boss instance filled with exciting new encounters, new boss mechanics, and a ton of incredible gear and items, offering competitive choices for any odds looking to catch up. Though unlike other normal, heroic, and even base mythic Dragonflight dungeons, Dawn of the Infinite will feel more akin to a heroic 5-man raid. These boss fights will really test your group's ability to adapt, coordinate, and overcome its challenges as a team, and you want to make sure you're sufficiently prepared. You will need the knowledge on what to expect from every fight encounter, as well as sufficient enough gear to achieve success. Currently, based on the PTR testing, it is recommended that most characters should be at least item level 425 before you attempt this instance, with higher item levels making these fights significantly easier. Be on the lookout for veteran and champion gear as you gear your ults this week, since these items can be upgraded to a minimum of 424 item level using Drake crests. It may also help to use the catalyst to convert some of these items into tier sets ahead of time, which you should be able to complete with the 4 charges on the catalyst next reset. If you have currently got a couple of geared characters, you can start getting them prepared for the new gear improvements coming in the patch 10.1.5, with the new mythic upgrade track added to certain gear and items. Each item in Season 2 comes with its own upgrade track, like Veteran, Champion, and Hero, and all these items can be upgraded to a maximum track using crests and crest fragments. The new mythic track will start for any items at item level 441 and above, which lets you take these items all the way up to 447 using any leftover aspect crests. This update will apply to all of the other items retroactively, meaning that any gear that you currently equipped or anything that's in your bags at 441 item level would be upgradable to 447 once this update officially launches. And you can even start farming some of the 441 pieces with a Great Vault through Mythic Plus dungeons. Any dungeon at a plus 16 difficulty or higher can award gear starting at 441 item level, and will have a mythic track once the patch launches, which means you don't need to do only 20s in order to get some of the best items from your Great Vault loot. I want to thank all of you so much for watching this video and I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. as per usual, if you guys enjoyed this video or found it informative, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. I would very much appreciate it. And as always, in the description of every single video and live stream, we have a link to our Discord community channel. Probably the best place to reach out to me directly in case you want to let me know what you thought about this video or hang out with the rest of the community to discuss some of the upcoming changes. Join our Discord to become part of the community. But otherwise, thank you all so much for watching this video. I do hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know all of your thoughts down below. And as always, I'll see all of you guys in another video.